Good afternoon, members of the African Kingdom. It's Thursday, June 26th, and we have some updates for MAGA Republicans. Yes, we call them MAGA Republicans. Make Iran great again in their efforts to pass the big, beautiful bill and sign it, pass it to Trump's desk to sign by July 4th. Elizabeth McDonough, she is the Senate Parliamentarian. She is responsible for seeing if provisions of tax and spending bills used in reconciliation bills violate the Byrd Rule. Today, she struck down two key provisions in terms of cutting money from Medicaid. So first, she said that a provision adding a cap for healthcare provider taxes, which states use to provide Medicaid to constituents, had to be struck from the bill because it violated the Byrd Rule. She also said that limits on access to Medicaid and Medicare for eligible undocumented citizens also had to be struck from the bill. So now Republicans are scrambling. She has been doing great work over the last week. She is striking a number of provisions that do not directly relate to the tax and spending bill and violate the Byrd Rule. So a few examples of that is she struck another provision earlier this week limiting the powers of federal judges and federal courts to hold the Trump administration accountable, meaning hold them in contempt of court and bring forth injunctions and lawsuits against the administration for violating the Constitution. So she said that had to be struck. She said the public sale of 2 million acres of public land had to be struck from the bill. She said that limitations and cuts to food stamps for American citizens and eligible undocumented citizens had to be struck from the bill as well. So she is just doing everything she can to protect Americans from this awful, big, beautiful bill. And without her, this terrible bill would pass. So she is just doing her job. And right now, MAGA Republicans in the Senate, they're freaking out. They're crashing out because they don't know what to do. And they're lashing out at her. She also cut a provision disallowing states to enact their own border security measures and enforce federal immigration laws. So because of all these decisions she's making over the past week, now you have MAGA Republicans, they're crying, wanting her removed. The thing is, you cannot remove the Senate parliamentarian without just cause. There is no just cause. You can't fire her for doing her job and striking provisions from an ugly bill that violate the Byrd Rule. So that bill, it's going to turn into more like the poor, small, ugly bill. So that's what it's going to look like if it's even passed by July 4th, which I doubt. But right now, give a big shout out to Elizabeth McDonough. She's held her position since 2012 for 13 years, and you probably never even heard of her name before this because she does her job. But we know these MAGA Republicans, they're babies, these taquitos, and they want to, it's all political theater. It's all political theater. It's putting on a show for Quad D, Dirty Dingling, Dementia Donnie, and they want him to know that they are on their side, okay? That they are on his side. So she's doing her job. Get familiar with the name. And American people, you're at least safe